And now a message from Roadkill Bill.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to another exciting Saturday Night Winestream and another exciting episode of Drink with Rick. I'm Rick, and tonight we have something really special planned. No, we usually review a wine, and we'll usually review something else along with the wine. It could be a beer, a cider, something else maybe, a Saki on occasion. But tonight we're going to put that all aside, and we're going to lead off with a mead. And there's a reason for this. I wonder if you can guess what that reason is. There is a very important reason why we're leading with a mead. Yes, we're going to lead with a mead tonight. So, I hope you'll stick around for that. Also, well, we've got a Saki to review, and we've got some other stuff planned. I want to do some giveaways. We're going to introduce a new book. And it's actually the last of the notebook series, the official Drink with Rick notebook series. And I want to give some away because I have some on the way to give away. And I hope you'll jump in the chats so I can give them away to you. Also, we're dad jokes. Bring in your dad jokes if you want to have your dad jokes read from the chat. Keep them clean, too. Please keep them clean. But I may have a few myself as well. We've got some national days to toast, and wow, we have a lot of national days to toast. And wow, this is going to be a big show tonight. I think this is going to be a fairly big show. Now, if you're joining me for the first time or the 250th time, because this is the 250th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream.
Good evening.
This is a stream of consciousness kind of show. Now, I do have my show notes, and they're right here all ready to go. In fact, this is the second draft of them because the first draft, I had to make a couple minor changes on it. But I have them ready to go. It's not scripted. They're show notes, but we don't follow them verbatim because, we go mostly by what's going on in the chats. You direct the show. You're part of the show. So get in the chats and join in. Because the show's not about me. The show's a little bit about the wine when we have it. And tonight about the mead and the Saki and the other fun stuff that we're doing. But the show is really about you and me getting together on a Saturday night, just kicking back with our favorite libations, whatever they are, and just having a great time. Just forgetting about the worries of the week, the worries of the day, just kicking back and just chilling. That's all. Just taking it easy. Meeting new friends, meeting old friends, just having a great time. And that's what this show is really about. Now, you can jump in the chats and join me live, and I'll show you where you can do that in just a moment. Now, just keep in mind, we keep it clean because it's family friendly, and we don't talk about politics, we don't talk about religion on the show, we talk about things that bring people together. And as wine, in this case, I think the mead will do, because I think this is sort of like a wine in a sense. There are people that would disagree with me on that, but it's a fermented beverage. Okay, so we'll go with that. Now, if you want to join in the chats, we've got the chats going on. We have the chats live on the Facebook page. The Facebook page is facebook.com/drinkwithrick. Kick, we are on Kick. This is basically going to be the last episode on Kick, and I will talk about that in a little while. Kick is kick.com/drinkwithrick. Odyssey, odyssey.com/@drinkwithrick, and the number 7. Rumble, just type in, do a search for Drink with Rick, and you should find it there. Twitch is twitch.tv/drinkwithrick, and the number 1, all one word, Drink with Rick 1. And YouTube is youtube.com/@drinkwithrick. Now, if you can't watch now, you can also watch live on the website, because we are live on the website at drinkwithrick.com. And I tell you what, I've been trying to refresh this thing, and for some reason it's not popping up, and I'm not sure why. Oh, yes, I do know why. Of course I know why. For some reason I did not, yeah, I left it uncategorized, didn't I? Okay, let's fix that. Okay. Because I have the website up here in another browser. Okay, now let's try. I don't know why I had problems with that. There we go. If you want to watch live, you can watch live on our website at drinkwithrick.com. Now, I don't have a live chat going there, but you can leave a comment in the comment box down below. If you click on tonight's episode, you'll get that page come up, that blog entry. Leave a comment, and I will respond in kind. It won't be right away, but I can read them off in the next episode, and there you go. Now, if you can't watch now or watch later, you can always subscribe to the podcast. The podcast is Drink with Rick, and it goes out on Monday nights at 10 p.m. Eastern. Monday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern time, and you can subscribe. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, Blueberry.com, podcastindex.org, TuneIn, Deezer Radio, your favorite RSS, just by RSS feed, your favorite Android app, and by email. Now, if you click on this button that says by email, those of you who can see it, you'll get the little, here, let me click on it. There you go. Excuse me, I haven't had any wine or meat or anything yet tonight. You can subscribe by email. You can go to the subscribe by email page at drinkwithrick.com, enter your email address, click the subscribe button, and you will get the latest episode of Drink with Rick as soon as it drops, and no salesman will call. It's just for the podcast, that's all. And of course, you can buy me coffee if you want. If you want to support the show, you can buy me coffee, or 2 or 3 or 5 or whatever. It doesn't really pay the bills per se, but it helps support the show by helping to pay for some of the freebies that we give away on the show. And I like to give away free stuff because you can't beat free. And of course, you can like and subscribe and follow, and if you want, that's if you can't, especially if you can't afford to buy me coffee, that's fine. If you can't afford it, don't worry about it, because it's not imperative to do that. It's just only if you want to and you can afford it. Otherwise, please, if you can really support for free by just liking on Facebook, following on the Facebook page, the Kick Channel, Odyssey, Rumble, Twitch, YouTube. Just like, follow, subscribe, ring the bells, and whatever else that goes on those platforms. And that would really, really help to support me. And it doesn't cost you anything, really. It doesn't. That's a free way to do it. And it is much, much appreciated. Okay, so this is what we've got tonight. And before I show that to you, let me jump into the chats, because we have folks in the chats. My good friend Ed is in the chat. And Ed says, Ed is among you. It's great to see you here, by the way, Ed. I'm glad you're here, because we're going to have a really, really fun show tonight. And looks like you caught the cold open. For those of you who missed the cold open, Ed is among you, Ed says. And Ed says, Celebrity Bill. Yeah, he is kind of a celebrity here on this show. He is. And Ed says, Cosmo. No, not Cosmo, actually, because Cosmo passed away a couple of years ago. And Amber. Amber is who showed up at the end. For those of you who didn't catch the cold open, there's a spoiler for you. Whoops, I forgot to. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Let me run through that again. All right, so Ed is in the chat with us now, and it's great to see you tonight, Ed. I'm doing a take 2 on this because I've got to edit this later. And Ed says, Ed is among you, and Celebrity Bill. And for those of you who missed the cold open, that was in the cold open. And Ed says Cosmo. That was not Cosmo in the cold open. It was actually Amber. But Cosmo passed away a couple of years ago. But we have Amber now, and she looks a lot like Cosmo. Cosmo is a cockapoo. Amber is a what is she? Cavapoo. It's pretty close. I was trying not to make any ears. Cavapoo. Very close to cockapoo, but just like a cockapoo, but different. So Ed says 250. Yes, this is the 250th episode. Island Hayes is in the chat on YouTube, and Island Hayes says, Evening, Rick. It must be National Mead Day. Whoa. You are correct. You are correct. It is indeed.
Oh, yeah.
It is indeed National Mead Day. So, you get some applause for that, actually, if I can find out where I do my applause. There you go. Oh, boy. I'm out of the gate, and I haven't had anything to drink. I'm out of the gate, and I'm already making errors here. I need a producer. Not happening. Island Hayes says, I went looking for a mead at my local liquor store, and the guy behind the counter had no idea what a mead even was. You know what? I encountered that quite a lot myself. It happens. It's very common, actually. And we can talk about that in a little bit, too. My lovely wife, Chi, is also in the chat. She says hello, and right back at you, Chi. I'm glad you're right. I'm glad you're here on the show. And let me check all the other places where we're streaming. I think, we're live on Rumble. I've got to refresh the page. There we go. And on Kick. And we are. We're live on Kick. So, and J-Con's in the chat on Odyssey. Almost missed you there, J-Con. I had to refresh the pages a little bit. J-Con says, I hope you got your honey's worth when you bought that mead. Oh, that's very good, J-Con. I'm glad you're here, by the way. We're going to have some fun, and I want to do some giveaways, and I hope everyone will, while we've got folks in the chat where I can give some stuff away, and I have something new to give away, so please stick around for that. Okay, so let's get right to the actual mead here. And yes, it is National Mead Day. We are going to toast that as well. So that's why we're having a mead tonight. Exactly. So let me get the photos up. This is what we're opening tonight. Normally it would be a wine. Tonight it is a mead. And this is a mead from none other than Silver Hand Meadery. Savoia Meadery. No, Savoia Media. I'm just mixing my words big time tonight. This is Silver Hand Meadery. That's what this is. And it's called Soak Up the Sun. This is a traditional orange blossom mead. Now I have, they're not exactly a back, but I have a couple of sides here the first side, I'm going to read this off a little bit. It says, no matter the season, it always feels like summer with this refreshing semi-sweet mead born from orange blossoms. Ooh, that sounds good. Citrus notes blend with grape overtones in a perfect combo for soaking up the rays. And it says, savor what is good. Now, wow, this sounds nice. I'm looking forward to trying it. Now, this is interesting because I really didn't think about pairing meads too much with foods, but this one says that this mead pairs well with white fish, grilled meats, roasted vegetables, Alfredo pasta dishes, brie, and cheesecake. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
What? I had some of all of that downstairs. Well, not all of it, but some of it. And I didn't. Grilled meats? The thing is that I said earlier this evening to my lovely wife, I said, I don't really have anything that's going to go with this mead because I didn't think I would pair it with any foods per se. So that's interesting. Well, I have a little bit of something, but, okay. Well, let me show you the other side of this. There's another side of this, and it says that's where the government warning is. I'm not going to read that. It's just going to scare everybody. This is a 500 milliliter bottle, by the way. 500 milliliters, but it's a really tall bottle for 500 milliliters. And it's 12.5% ABV. So handcrafted and bottled by Silverhand Meadery in Williamsburg, Virginia. So that's what that's all about. So we have this, and yeah, it is kind of a tall bottle. I had trouble photographing this. I had to do a couple of, I had to try it a few times, do a couple of takes on it to get the bottle in there, all of it in there to where, and that's why it's kind of a far off shot there. If you look at the photo again, it's kind of far away. It's hard to read the label simply because of the fact that it was just really, really difficult to get everything in there. So this is what we got. We'll go ahead and open it up. Let's get started. And because I've talked long enough without doing so. So this it kind of opens up in the manner of a traditional wine bottle. And not all meads are like that. The meads come in different forms and they're bottled in different ways. Some of them are canned. As a matter of fact, the Wehrloom, I think that's how it's pronounced, Wehrloom, Wehrloom meadery, which is kind of local here, I believe in North Carolina. They have a mead, they serve their meads, or they sell their meads in cans. And we have reviewed one on the show. If I recall correctly, I think we reviewed one about a year ago. I think season 5, maybe, or 4? Season 5, probably. All right, so let's get this open. And this has a cork in it, so we're going to use our decorker, the mechanical decorker here, to decork the mead. Yeah. Okay, and that was a healthy pop. That's nice. That's a nice cork there, too. And we'll recover that in a little bit. And we have, what I could have done? Let me show you what I could have done. Because that's one of the things I didn't even bother. I did not even look at this, but this is, let's see if I can pull this up here. Let me get close up. Okay, this is what I could have done. Okay. What I could have done, there's a little silver thing here. All I had to do was just pull tab and just take it off. Yeah. Yep. Oh, well, whatever. Yeah, whatever. Okay, laugh if you want. It's fine. It's all good. It's part of the entertainment, part of the show. All right, now, traditionally, I don't really cant the meads, and I don't really aerate them. And they do aerate. Let's try it again. They do aerate the meads in during the fermentation process once or twice, a couple of times. It's not necessarily to do that when you're drinking it. I apparently some people probably do, but I understand that a lot of people don't, so it's not a big deal. So we're just going to go ahead and pour it in there. And Jaycon says, doesn't everything pair well with grilled meats? What about the South American delicacy cuy? Yeah, we reviewed that cuy. Yes, well, we reviewed the wine cuy. We didn't review the delicacy cuy. For those of you who don't know, should we go into it now? We're just going to delay the inevitable for everything else. Ed says Amber. That's right, Amber. And Amber is in the show. And let's see, we've got a spammer. Oh, great, we've got spammers in the chat on Twitch. Excellent. Okay, so we have folks watching on Twitch too. So jump in the chat and say hi. You might win something. Spammer won't win anything. Spammer just wins a free boot from the chat. So that's all I get. All right, so I've got the official Drink with Rick coaster to hold the glass and to hold this orange blossom honey nectar, which actually came from actual nectar from bees, nectar from the honey blossom, or the what was it? Not honey blossom. I'm going to say orange blossom. Excuse me. I haven't had any yet. It's time to have some. That way, I'll have an excuse for when I flub up. All right, to hold that honey blossom nectar, I have my genuine Galway Irish crystal glass, given to me by my employers at buy2wayradios.com. So we're going to pour a little bit in here. Well, okay, we're going to pour a lot in there. So it came out pretty easily. And yeah, if you were expecting honey that just kind of drizzle out, that's not really how mead works. It's a drink, it's a beverage. All right. Now I think what we need to do at this point is I'm going to jump back in the chats here in just a minute, but before we do anything else, let's go ahead and do the swirl. You can swirl it. It doesn't have to be a big long swirl, but we're going to do a little bit of a swirl because, well, it's just something we do on this show. And I like to hear the swirl music because actually I created the swirl music myself. Yes, this was actually music that I actually created. And it has become the official Drink with Rick swirl music, and it is none other than more cowbell. More cowbell. All right, got a good. Now I wasn't swirling it too crazy this time because it is a mead. You don't need to swirl it too high. You just kind of want to get a little oxygen in there and get it going just a little bit. But it doesn't have to be. You don't have to really swirl it too fast or go crazy with it or slosh it around the place. And And besides, mead is kind of expensive, so you don't really want to lose any of it if you can help it. You want it all to go down the right place, which is right here. All right, so we're going to set it aside for just a minute. We'll learn a little bit more about the mead, but let me check the chats first. And Ed, I hope you're having a great week. I hope you're doing really well. I hope your recovery is going well, and I hope you're pretty much on your feet again very, very soon. If not now, you will be very soon. Island Hayes, and I hope you're doing well also. Island Hayes, to answer your question about the mead. Well, that wasn't really a question. It was more of a statement. I have encountered that myself. Numerous times because a lot of people just don't know what mead is. And for those of you who don't know what mead is a honey. I almost said it. See, if my sister Gina's in the chat, she would say, No, like that screensaver in Jurassic Park, the first one. It's a fermented honey beverage, or a fermented beverage made of honey. Now, a lot of places call it honey wine, and yeah, it's very commonly called honey wine because it's a fermented beverage made from honey. It's kind of a delicacy, but a lot of people are really not aware of it. Even now, I went and picked this up at Total Wine, and they knew what it was because they pretty much know what's in their inventory all over the place. But I did go to a few other places, and yes, Island Haze, I did encounter this as well because I went down the local Harris Teeter a few weeks back, so I wouldn't have to drive over to Total Wine because the Harris Teeter's a lot closer. And I was looking for a mead there, and I said, "Do you have any mead?" And the clerk said, "Mead? What's mead?" Yes, they said that. They said, "What is mead?" So,
Oh, great.
so I had to explain what it was, and they still didn't quite understand it. So he led me to an area there, not really a shelf. It was just more of a section of the wine section because they had quite a few wines there, and thinking that okay, it was going to be like a dessert wine, and it kind of is. Yeah, it is kind of in that dessert wine section in Total Wine also, but couldn't find any. I went to a few places looking for it. I went to Wine Store, which I like to go to, and I thought they might have at least one mead, but they didn't carry any mead. I think they did at one time, and then they hadn't had any for a while. I went to a couple of other places. I went to some liquor stores where I thought for sure. I went down to the ABC store one time, and looking for me because I figure, well, if any place is going to have it, it's going to be the ABC store, right? I mean, they've got all kinds of liquor and liqueurs and everything else. Nope. And not only did they not have it, but Island Haze, as you experienced, they had no idea what it was. Yeah. At the liquor store, where they specialize in liquor. I mean, that's all they do is liquor. And they didn't have this liquor, and they didn't know what it was. And I experienced, I went down to one of the other liquor stores across the border in South Carolina, and the guy knew what it was, but they hadn't carried any for a long, long time. Because mead is kind of a specialty item. It's hard to find it. It really is hard to find it. You can find it in a few places, but sometimes you have to go to a meadery or see if they can ship some mead to you to really find it. And they are out there. There are quite a few of them out there. So, and mead, if you've never had mead before, it is an experience. It is definitely an experience, and we're going to experience this one here very shortly. But I want to get back in the chats here for just a minute, and let's see. Things are quiet there. Good. Jacon says liquor. Yeah. Remember, it's a family-friendly show, folks. Okay, so Jacon, stick around because I want to give some. I want to give. I think you already won one from last week. I said I was going to send you an advance copy, I believe. So we're gonna do that. But let me show you what it is in just a little bit, and it's related to this. We're going to do it during the national days. Okay, so I checked around online, and let me pull up what I found. There was some on this meadery, but there is. Let me pull up my bookmarks here. Okay, the I found it at food places. Here, let me try this. There was one at the. What is this place called? Untapped. The website Untapped had some information on it. Soak Up the Sun, Silver Hand Meadery. And they gave it 4 out of 5, whatever the thing is, circle-y things. It's not a star, it's more of a circle, like 4 out of 5 yellow circles. So 3.82 out of 389 ratings. So that's not too bad. That sounds rather encouraging. I didn't really look at that. They didn't really have any reviews that I could read or anything like that to get an idea of what other people thought of it. But I did go to the Total Wine site, and they have it listed there. And basically, it's this is what they said. Basically, orange blossom honey. It's mead made from orange blossom honey, citrus notes, blend with grape overtones. The same thing that's on the bottle. Nothing special there. Now, I looked around to see what it would cost based on where I could find it online. I didn't really see a lot of pricing, but I'll tell you what I paid for it because I have the receipt right here. And I paid for this 500 milliliter bottle of Silver Hand Soak Up the Sun Mead, $22.99. Yes, I paid $22.99. Now you're going to say, Rick, that you kind of went over budget there, because don't you try to stay well under that $20 mark when you're reviewing wines? Yes, I do. I know I answered my own question. Yes, I do, but in this case, it's a mead, and once again, it's a specialty item. You just can't get them everywhere, and you're going to be hard pressed to really find a mead that's under $20. You just are. That's just the way it is. And the reason for that is because it's made from honey, and honey is it's not like grapes where you can sit there and just grow grapes all over the place and stomp on, squeeze the grapes and ferment them and just make gallons and gallons and millions of gallons and billions of gallons of wine. It's just there's only so much honey out there, and you have to rely on bees to make the honey, and there are only so many bees out there, and you know what? Bees are in kind of short supply these days too, and that's a problem. We can get into a discussion on that if you like. Although I don't think we have enough time to really go there, to be honest. So that's what that's all about. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see what else we got here. Oh, Bill is liking the video, and Bill, it's great. Jump in the chat and say hi, and I'd like to send you something as well. And Max also likes it. Max, hey, jump in, say hi. How you doing in the chat? And I tell you what, new chatters, especially new chatters, they are at the top of the list for getting a free item. So jump in there and say hi. Spammers, no. Spammers, good. Yeah. I'll have to take care of that later on. Anyway, so let's go ahead and give this mead a little bit of a taste and see if it really tastes like what it claims to taste like. So we're gonna give it a little whiff. Oh yeah, it's very citrusy, very citrusy. Yeah, citrusy and maybe just a little buttery. It kind of smells a little buttery. Well, let's give it a taste. Oh wow! So that's quite an experience. Very smooth, kind of sweet. I expect it to be a little sweet. It's a little, how should I say? It's kind of sweet and dry. Sweet and dry. It's sweet on the tongue, a little bit dry going down. It's not like soup, like sugary sweet or what's the word I'm looking for? Syrupy sweet, like what you expect honey to be. It does taste a little like honey. Tastes like orange blossoms. Tastes like orange blossom honey. It definitely does. Tastes like orange. And it does have a citrus taste to it. But it also, it tastes a little grapey. Ooh. Very smooth. It's very nice. I like it, and yes, there are some grape overtones to this. To be honest, everything they're saying is in here. I can tell. This is a nice summer mead for sitting out by the pool or by the, just after a freshly cut lawn and just kicking back and relaxing and just enjoying. You can enjoy a beer too that way, but this is kind of nice to be out in the sun, in the middle of the summer, on the beach, on the beach, and just sipping on this. And this is something that you don't sit there and glug it down, glug, 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 glug. This is something that you sip. The mead is something that you kind of sip. At least for me, I like to sip it. Now, talking about meads, and it's really ironic, as we were talking about before, Island Haze, how a lot of people don't know what mead is, considering the fact that mead is one of the oldest beverages, alcoholic beverages out there. I should say oldest fermented beverages. This is what, the Norsemen would drink. It's actually almost a tradition for some people to drink out of a horn, a mead horn. Just instead of drinking out, you could drink out of a mug, or you drink out of a fine glass, or that sort of thing. But some of them have mead horns, and you'd pour the mead in the horn, you'd drink it just like, yeah, I mean, I'm not kidding. That's they do sell them. You could buy one. You can buy them. I think Amazon sells them. I didn't buy one. That could have been interesting to try, but on the show. But yeah, I probably should have done that. Maybe in one time I can. Jaycon says maybe you can give the spammers a chance on National Spam Day. Yeah, maybe. Is there a national spam? Oh, yeah, there is actually, but it's not that kind of spam. I think there is a National Spam Day. There's spam, the canned spam in the can. I believe there is one. Yeah, we could give spammers a chance on National Spam Day. Well, yeah, that could be fun. Anyway, so let me check the rest of the chats here for just a moment. And there we go. Ed says go to Food and Wine Festival. Oh, go to Food and Wine Festival at Epcot or Scottish Highland Games, and they will know what mead is and serve it. I believe that. Epcot would probably do it. The Food and Wine Festival, and Scottish Highland Games, yeah, they would probably know. The last time I was at the Scottish Highland Games was I was shooting some film for them, way, way, way back. This was a long time ago. It was almost 40 years ago, and we were shooting some Super 8 film at the Scottish Highland Games. We were invited there to cover the games and shoot films. This was in Orlando, and we shot a bunch of footage. And I think someone reminded me, I can't remember who was now, that I'd completely forgotten about it, but they had reminded me that I had taken a shot of a lone bagpipe, someone playing bagpipe, and with the sun setting in the background, and I shot that with my Super 8 camera, and that was the last shot they used in the film that was presented to them. That got a standing or it got an ovation of some sort. They really enjoyed that one big shot. I'd completely forgotten I shot it. I just remember barely going there and walking around my camera and shooting stuff with it for the games. Yeah, good times on Super 8 too. So where were we? See, this is how this works, the stream of consciousness thing. So put in your comments and questions in the chat, and off we go. Turns a 45-minute show into a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour tour, yeah. So, that's right, Bill. I like this mead. This is very nice mead. Now, I don't officially have anything to pair it with, but I do have some foods on camera 3. Yes, I have a nice spread on camera 3. Waiting to be consumed. And I will tell you why, because we're going to go right into the national days. Let's do that right now. Let's go into the national days, if I can get back on my camera. There we go. And toast the national days. Everybody ready? And whatever it is that you have, it doesn't have to be mead, it doesn't have to be wine, it doesn't have to be, it can be water, Gatorade, it can be I don't know, whatever you want to drink, as long as you're legal to drink it and it's safe to drink, please. And let's all toast the national days because we have quite a few to toast. So let's start toasting the national days. Let me bring these up. And August 3rd, 2024. It's August 3rd for another an hour and 28 minutes. Wow. Hour and 18 minutes. I'm sorry. I misread that. It's an hour and 18 minutes. August 3rd. Today is Sandcastle Day. The first Saturday in August is Sandcastle Day. I don't know why, but it is. And it probably has something to do with going to the beach in summertime in August and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it could be. So here's the Sandcastle Day. I'll drink to that. I don't have anything for Sandcastle Day. First Saturday in August is also, because this is the first Saturday in August in 2024, it's National VFR Day. Now, if you don't know what National VFR Day, it was founded last year by David Knott, founder of the VFR, Veterans and First Responders Foundation. So there's a foundation for veterans and first responders. And I have a lot of respect for both vets and first responders, definitely for first responders. Very dangerous jobs, very dangerous. And I really appreciate those who do serve as first responders, as well as the veterans, the ones who have served in our military. I appreciate all of you. And that is today, National VFR Day. By the way, all these days are courtesy of nationaldaycalendar.com. National Day Calendar is Marlo Anderson's site. He is the CEO and the curator of these national days, and I'm doing that, he provides all these for us, and I really, really appreciate it. And I don't think I'm going to see a Drink with Work Day, so I'm not worried about it anymore. Anyway, thank you, Marlo. Anyway, here's to National VFR Day. I will drink to that. Oh, man, what a good mead this is. I'm really enjoying this Orange Blossom Mead. We're going to talk more about the mead in just a little bit. Did you know that today is also National Hair Gloss Day? Yes, today is National... I don't know why, but it's National Hair Gloss Day. I don't use hair gloss. I don't need hair gloss. But I'll toast it anyway. Here's the National Hair Gloss Day. I'll drink to that. For those who have hair. It's also, today is also, if I can pull it up here, I had it just a minute ago. There we go. It's also National Sunflower Day. That's right. Today is also National Sunflower Day. And I will, if I can find it again, I'll react to that. Okay. National Sunflower Day. And I've got a little sunflower story. I have a little sunflower story, and I'm not really a story. It's just an anecdote. I don't know. It's a story, but no, it's just a memory. I have a memory of sunflowers, and if I can just bring up my sunflower photo here, there we go. There's a nice sunflower. My dad used to grow sunflowers. He had a garden. He was an organic gardener, and he grew a lot of sunflowers. And we had sunflowers in our garden, and he had some that were growing next to the compost heap. That, in fact, I think he had a few that were growing in the compost heap, as I recall, and that was because he could grow them there. And yes, we didn't have this many sunflowers, but we had quite a few sunflowers. And I remember we used to, out in the summertime, the sunflowers, when they would be time to harvest the sunflowers, we'd go in there and just pull all the seeds out, and we'd eat sunflower seeds, and that was a lot of fun. That was I enjoyed that, and put a little salt on them. Sometimes you could roast them a little bit or whatever, heat them up, and have some sunflowers seeds, fresh. And none of these processed sunflower seeds that they put in the bag and that sort of thing you buy in the store. It was a real fresh sunflowers. You'd have to crack open the little seeds. You have to crack them open to get the meat out, and those are good, the sunflower seeds. And I shot my first. That was my first standard 8mm film. I borrowed my dad's 8mm Brownie 8mm camera, and I was about 8 years old, I think, and maybe 9, and I was shooting some film with this, using the sunflowers and the compost heap as a backdrop, and that was really my first taste of filmmaking. Very first taste of film. So I have a really good memory, a fond memory of that, sunflowers and the compost heap there, and shooting film. Why I was shooting film of the compost heap, I don't know. It was, kids do things. So, but it was fun, and when I got the footage back, and I had a little card that I stuck up in front of it that said Blech or something on it. And I got the footage back, and I thought, wow, this is so cool. I'm going to be a filmmaker now. And then my dad never saw his Brownie 8mm camera ever again. Well, maybe he saw it. No, he didn't. All right, so here is to National Sunflower Day. I will drink to that. To National Sunflower Day. It's also, did you know that today is also National Summit Day? That's right, today is National Summit Day. And I don't know why it's National Summit Day, but it is. You can go to nationaldaycalendar.com and find out why. But we're talking about the summit, like reaching the summit of on top, looking out over a mountain range or over a valley or whatever, and you reach the summit. That's an accomplishment, I guess, for those who climb every mountain. And I throw in these little song lyrics and stuff in there all the time. Don't mind me. And by the way, for those who are looking for, Facebook or whatever, if you're looking to do a DCMA thing. That was not a song lyric. I was just making a fair use or whatever. Anyway, you can't even recite song lyrics anymore. Is that terrible or what? I don't know. Anyway, here's to National Summit Day. I will drink to that. Summit Day on a summer day. There you go. That was, oh, come on. That deserves something better than that. I didn't have anything better than that, did I? Yeah, well, whatever. It's also, today is also National Disc Golf Day. National Disc Golf Day, and I don't have anything for that, so let me just go back here. There we go. National Disc Golf Day. I will drink to that. Does everyone know what disc golf is? Does anyone not know what disc golf is? And we can talk about it. Ed, you know what disc golf is, right? Ed says, the last time I went to Scottish Highland Games, I saw a guy dressed as Creature from the Black Lagoon playing bagpipes. Really? I mean, that's different. That's definitely different. I don't think I've ever seen that. So you saw a guy dressed as the creature from the Black Lagoon playing bagpipes. Well, wait a minute. If he's in the full suit, was he in the full costume? Was he in the full suit? I would imagine if he's a creature from the Black Lagoon. I mean, I know what the creature from the Black Lagoon looks like. Oh, he has some kind of a pursed mouth. Yeah, he's got a little opening there. He could probably play the bagpipes, you know. Yeah, I guess he could do that. I guess he could do that. Now, if he was dressed as Godzilla or something, that might be difficult to do. But well, it would still be interesting to see. Okay, that would be interesting to see. A guy dressed as creature from the Black Lagoon playing bagpipes. Wow, that is definitely different. Yeah, definitely. Something to talk about. I'd like to see that. You know what? You wouldn't have any pictures, would you, Ed? That would be kind of cool to see a picture of. Creature from the Black Lagoon playing bagpipes. Yeah, wow. Creature from the Black Lagoon playing bagpipes. Yeah, that made me stop. Now I'm thinking about it. Now I've got this image in my head, and I can't get it out. I know the movie very well, by the way. It's classic sci-fi horror film. So I wouldn't call it horror so much anymore. I mean, at the time, I guess they would kind of classify it as horror, but it's not so much anymore. It's really more just, yeah, I mean, because it's stuff like that is like super tame compared to what they've got now, these days. Anyway, so let me check in Kick, and nothing going on in Kick, and Alan Hayes, you're still there, good, and go back on Twitch here for just a moment. All right, and if you're in Twitch, jump in the chat. I see folks watching. Just jump in the chat and say hi. All right, so what were we doing here? Well, we were talking about, National Disc Golf Day. Does anybody not know what disc golf is? You know what disc golf is? We're talking about frisbee, frisbee golf. You just kind of, throw the frisbee, but you're aiming it like at a specific item to kind of land that frisbee right there at that spot, that location. Disc golf. It's also the first Saturday. Well, wait a minute. I didn't toast it, did I? Well, let's all raise our glasses and toast National Disc Golf Day. I'll drink to that. It's also, first Saturday in August is also National Jamaican Patty Day. Yes, it is. It is National Jamaican Patty Day all day. Well, for the rest of the day, which there's not much to the rest of this day, but if you like Jamaican patties, I'll drink to that. Okay, today, August 3rd, is also National Georgia Day. That's right, it's National Georgia Day. For those who didn't know. Now, as you recall, we toasted National. What was the first one we toasted? No, I don't remember now. The one we toasted National Delaware Day. They were the first ones to sign, I think, and then they to join the Union, the United States. And let's see, we toasted a couple of others, and this week it's National Georgia Day. I didn't forget Georgia. National Georgia Day. And I'm reading this from nationaldaycalendar.com because they founded it in 2017 to celebrate Georgia as the fourth state to join the Union. They started this initiative as a way of honoring each state in the order they joined the Union, offering a dedicated way to celebrate the unique heritage, achievements, and spirit of each state. Well, thank you once again, Marlo. And so here is to the fourth state to join the Union of the United States, to Georgia. Here's a National Georgia Day. Because if it wasn't for Georgia, we wouldn't have Georgia peaches, right? Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia, I mean, there's a lot of stuff we wouldn't have from Georgia if we didn't have Georgia, right? My mother was born in Georgia. My mother was born in Valdosta, as a matter of fact. She's also resting there. That's also where she was interred, in Valdosta. So here's the National Georgia Day. I'll drink to that. Okay, and it's also, you ready for this? Here we go. It's also, yeah. All right, now, Jaycon, we got to keep this clean, okay? okay, my friend, and everyone else in the chats, okay. It's not what you think, okay? Today is also, if I can find out what I did with the photo there. Today is also Grab Some Nuts Day. That's right. It's also Grab Some Nuts Day. Yeah, and I shouldn't have put the laugh because that's it's also, rim shot's probably better. It's National Grab Some Nuts Day. What are your favorite nuts? There are folks that are allergic to nuts, so they can't, or allergic to certain nuts, so they can't have nuts. They can't have peanuts and things like that. That is a thing. Peanut allergies. These are peanuts, by the way. But for those of us who can, I love peanuts. I love peanuts. Peanuts have made me the man I am today, among other things. Peanuts and other things, cinnamon buns and mead and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, so peanuts. Wow. Who doesn't love peanuts? And there's so many uses for peanuts. There's so many things that we can do with peanuts. Peanut oil and peanut. They made. I think there was who was it that came up with all these different uses for peanuts? Anyway, to celebrate National Peanut Day, I have some peanuts. Yeah, there we go. They're right here. Some nice, fresh roasted peanuts, salted. I don't know how this would go with mead, but I've got to have some peanuts. It's time. I haven't had any of these for a while, and I would like to have some now. So let's have some peanuts. Oh, these are really good. And you know what? It's almost tastes like popcorn in a way. I could eat these while watching a movie. We should watch a movie now. I don't have one queued up. But wow, these are great peanuts. I don't have a really close-up shot. But these are great. They're kind of oily. That's the way I like them. Peanuts, great. I've got I need some water. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. Celebrating National Peanut Day. Let's all raise a glass and toast National Grab Some Nuts Day, which is what I just did. I'd like to grab some more, but if I fill up on these things too much, I'm not going to be able to. It's not going to sit well with me later. So I've just got to go easy on those. Anyway, here's to National Grab Some Nuts Day. I will drink to that. Oh yeah, actually the peanuts and the mead. Peanuts and the mead are not bad. Surprisingly, that was an interesting taste. Peanuts and mead. All right, so and if you thought that was all for the national days, well, you might be mistaken because I think there are a couple of other items here. We've got National Mustard Day. don't want to forget National Mustard Day. So let's go ahead and toast. I don't have anything for National Mustard Day. We don't even have any mustard. We ran out of it. We had some hot dogs the other night, and I used the last of it with the chili cheese hot dogs that we had. Wow. Just thinking about the hot dogs with chili and cheese and everything, and the mustard. Anyway, here's to National Mustard Day. I will drink to that. That's some good mead. I like that. Very good. If you haven't had mead, you got to go try mead. You do. All right, we have a couple more national days, but let me get back to the chats here for a minute, because I don't want to miss anybody in the chats. Island Hay says, the potential of this national... I can't even say it now. Sorry, I didn't mean to mangle up what you said there. I know you're making a pun. So Island Hay says, let me try it again. Take 3. The potential of this national day. I didn't mean to ruin it for you, but I like that. I like that. The potential of this national day. Now that I can say it, without mangling it up, now I've got to keep saying it. Okay, so what else we got going on here? The rest of the chats were good there. I don't know what's going on Rumble, but for some reason I cannot get this. Let me try this again. I'll get the view live stream. Yeah, something's messed up with Rumble for some reason. If anyone's on the Rumble, they can see me. I cannot see them in the chat right now. For some reason, this browser window has locked up on me. Let me try to open it up a different window. See if that will help. Maybe. All right. For some reason that window just locked up on me. Oh, now it's showing an ad on Rumble. That's the thing about Rumble. It's like ads everywhere. So I'm watching an ad for my own show right now. Anyway, so Ed. Oh, okay. So, so as you recall, Ed said that he saw a guy dressed as Creature from the Black Lagoon playing bagpipes the last time we went to the Scottish Games, and I thought, well, that's quite an image there. And Ed says with kilts, as I remember. And then Ed says he claimed to be related to Bessie. Nessie. I know, it was a typo. He claimed to be related to Nessie. I did the laughter anyway because I knew what you meant. The Loch Ness Monster. Yes, I know. I butchered it again. Maybe I've had too much of this. No, I haven't. So, we still have another drink to try. But there's one more national day that I would like to toast for Saturday. And we're going to toast it now, if I can find out what I did with all of my photos. And that's not the one. There we go. Today is National Watermelon Day. That's right, folks. Today is National Watermelon Day. Believe it or not, it is. So no more peanuts there for now. We're toasting watermelons, okay? So let me change that out. Okay. Now it's National Watermelon Day. So let's all toast National Watermelon Day, and also to commemorate, to celebrate National Watermelon Day, because I love watermelon. I really do love melon. Yeah, I love it too much. And I have a story about watermelon. This is a family-friendly show. Yeah, it's probably okay. But to celebrate National Watermelon Day, I have here some watermelon. Yes, I have some watermelon here also. And yeah,
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to try a little piece of watermelon. And I'm going to have to cut this in half because it's a big piece of watermelon. I love you. Anybody here doesn't like watermelon? You don't like watermelon? I love watermelon. I've eaten a lot of watermelon, and probably too much sometimes because it's come back to get me later. Oh, this is some fresh watermelon. It smells good. It smells fresh. Let me try it. I need another piece of this. I need another piece of this watermelon. Definitely. No. Love watermelon. And that's nice. That's a good, fresh, sweet watermelon. I like that one. It's hard to find. It's hard to get a watermelon that's perfect, right? Because you go out there and they talk about thumping the watermelons and everything. You have to find the right one and make sure it's not rotten or it's not overripe or it's not, whatever. And there's almost a science to it, I guess. There's definitely an art to it. You got to have the knack. You got to have the thump for it, I suppose. But I'm not good at picking out watermelons. My lovely wife, she is. But she can pick some really good watermelons. Me, I'll try picking a watermelon and bring it home. And it's like, oh, this one has seen better days. This is not the watermelon we're looking for. You know what I mean? So it's, yeah. Anyway, so where were we? Oh yes, one National Watermelon Day. Let's go back to that. Let's toast National Watermelon Day. Anybody here doesn't like watermelon? Anyone here doesn't like? Island Hay says, "Oh, I read that." I want to read it again. I'm going to mangle it again, like I did last time I read it. Jaycon says, "It's the perfect national days for you. You are sweet and nuts." Well, thank you, Jaycon. I really appreciate it. That you're way too kind, and thank you very much. And I've got I had something there for you, but it's. That was one I was going to choose, but I couldn't find what I was looking for. So I got all these buttons here, and I don't know. I need a producer, but whatever. So national. Does that do it for the national days here? I think that. Oh yeah, we didn't toast it yet, did we? Here's the National Watermelon Day. I will drink to that. I had some days lined up for August 4th, for Sunday, because it's going to be Sunday in another 52 minutes. And August 4th is National Sisters Day. That's the first Sunday in August. It's also American Family Day, which is also the first Sunday in August. National Friendship Day. Those are all on the first Sunday in August. And you know what? I will toast all of those together because they're all, in a way, National Sisters Day, National Friendship Day, National, it's American Family Day. Nothing like family, I'll tell you. Nothing at all like family. And I have two great sisters myself, and I want to toast them. So here's to National Sisters Day and National American Family Day and National Friendship Day. I'll drink to all of those. It's also National Coast Guard Day, and I will drink to that. I got to be careful here. This stuff is potent. Ooh. Nothing like mead. Whoa. It's also, for the last one, we have one more national day that I would like to toast. But I don't have what I was looking for to toast it with, and I'll have to explain that. Because you see, today was National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. And I had a photo of some chocolate chip cookies, and yes, here it's right here, as a matter of fact. These are chocolate chip cookies that I don't have for National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. If you have some chocolate chip cookies for tomorrow, which will be today in about 56, or 50, no, it's about 49 minutes now. Time flies when you're having mead. Anyway, here is to National Chocolate Chip Cookie Day. I will drink to that. And with that, that'll do it for the national days, because if there are any more of them, I don't think I would survive it. Here's national days. Okay, so this is what we're drinking tonight. What we're drinking tonight is, if I can pull it back up, this is called Silver Hand Meadery mead. It's called Soak Up the Sun. That's the name of the mead. Soak Up the Sun. It is a traditional orange blossom mead from Silver Hand Meadery, and Silver Hand Meadery is based in Williamsburg, Virginia. So, and I tell you, this is a very fine mead. I really am enjoying it. Really, really nice mead. I'm impressed. And you know what? We forgot to do that, didn't we? Oh, yeah, we forgot to do that. We had one more national day to toast. Here I am going over the national days, and there was indeed one more national day to toast. So, and how could I forget it? Because it's the whole point of having the mead here. So it is. It is indeed National Mead Day. Here is to National Mead Day. I will drink to that, and I will drink to that with mead. The National Mead Day. Wow, how did I mess that one up? I don't know. Yeah, and I had some mead here. I'll drink to it again, because it's right behind me there. National Mead Day. I'll drink to that again. By the way, one of the meads that I reviewed, one of my favorite. Now this is a good mead. I really like this mead, but I think my all-time favorite mead. My all-time favorite mead is one that we reviewed some time back. I can't remember exactly how far back it was, but we reviewed it some time back, and it was a Bananas Foster mead. And this was, I tried this. I wasn't sure what to expect. I love bananas. I like Bananas Foster. We tried it with coffee, the Banana Foster coffee from, I think it was Maud's Coffee, I think is what it was. And it was really horrible. I was very disappointed with it. But and the reason that I tried it was because we had tried the Banana Foster's mead. I tried that on the show and reviewed it, and I really loved it. I loved it so much. I went out and bought a couple more bottles of it over time, and it quickly became one of my favorite mead. Actually, my all-time favorite mead. To be honest, I got a photo of it right here. There it is. That was the Bananas Foster mead, and this was it was called Bananas Foster Forever. That's what it was called, Bananas Foster Forever, and it was such a good mead, and I was really, really impressed with it. Now, we had already reviewed the Heirloom meads, and those were a little bit fizzy, and I can't say that I really like the fizzy meads too much, but I was really impressed with that one, and I love it. I haven't been able to get it lately, but I'd like to find another bottle of it, because it was really, really good mead, and I really enjoyed it. But this is also very good. This Orange Blossom mead is also a very fine mead. So here is, once again, to National Mead Day. I will drink to that. And that's not all. But wait, there's more. Because in addition to National Mead Day, and to commemorate National Mead Day, I have, in addition to the mead, I have a new book that just came out. And this is the official Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook. That's right. I do have the official Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook here. And, yeah. This is the goodness. Not the Firth. Yeah. Oh, goodness. It's starting to kick in, isn't it? Right. This is the fourth. That's what I was trying to say. The fourth and final installment in the Drink with Rick, the official Drink with Rick Tasting Notebook series. And this is one of the tasting notebooks. And as you know, we've had three others that if I can pull it back up, I can get to it. The photos are somewhere here. Where are they? There you go. We started off here with the official Drink with Rick Wine Tasting Notebook. We brought that one was introduced in season 4, and I have given away quite a few of those. Then came the official Drink with Rick Beer Tasting Notebook. That was this past season, the end of season 5, I believe. Then we were introduced to the official Drink with Rick Cider Tasting Notebook, and many of you have one of those for free as well. Now we have the official Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook. And I want to give away some of these tonight. I want to give away some of these to the folks in the chat. And as a matter of fact, I have pre-ordered about a dozen copies of this to give away on tonight's show, and so I have enough copies to give away to everybody in the chat. So if you're in the chats right now, Jaycon, I did say that you get an advanced copy of this, so I'm going to send you. I was just waiting for the books to arrive. The whole big batch of books are supposed to arrive this coming Tuesday, so hopefully I'll be able to ship them out then. Ed, I want to send you a copy as well of the official Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook. This is really nice too. As a matter of fact, my daughter Tia, she who designed the cover, actually, of all these books, she designed the cover of them. She picked out. I was having trouble with picking out the right color for the background, and she picked that out for me, and it turned out to be nice because every time I walk by this book. I mean, the others are there, and they're all nice colors, but every time I walk by this book, for some reason, it just catches my eye, and I've got to go pick it up. It's like I got to look at it again because it looks so. I really like the color. Just kind of it's very eye-catching. I like that. So Ed, you get a copy, and Island Hayes, you get a copy, and Jaycon, you get a copy. And Chi, I think you already are getting a copy anyway. And everybody gets a copy. Everybody who's in the chat right now, I will send you a copy of the Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook. And let's see if anybody if anybody's in Rumble right now on the live show. And I'll send all of you a copy of the official Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook, absolutely free. These books are available. All of the notebooks in the series are available for $8.99 on Amazon. But I like to give these away, and I'm going to give everybody one here tonight. And anybody who can jump in the chats right now and know that spammer there, he's not one of them. He's not getting one. He's not getting one. He or she or it or the bot, whatever the bot is. The bot's not getting one, but everyone else is, and all you need to do is just send me a valid shipping address to rick@savoymedia.com, rick@savoymedia.com, and with a valid shipping address, and I'll send you a copy of the official Drink with Rick Mead Tasting Notebook, and. Yeah, going through this real quick. Let's see. Let's review this one real quick. I would rate this one a 5 all the way around. Yeah, on a scale of 1 to 5, this gets a full 5 stars. Appearance. The color is, I would say, gold, yellow or gold. I think it's more yellow, but it's not really gold. It's really more yellow. It's yellow. It's not pale or anything like that. Yellow, and the taste, citrus. That's in here, citrus, and a little bit of floral notes, and a little bit of it's a little sweet, and it's got all the ones that I was describing in here, and it's a little bit. It's sweet on the tongue. This is interesting. It's sweet on the tongue, but it's kind of dry going down. So it's kind of nice. And that's the other thing. Carbonation. It's not really carbonated. And this is the thing about meads, is that meads can run the gamut between a fairly highly carbonated and not carbonated at all, or anywhere in between. The heirloom honey, the heirloom meadery, those meads that were in the can, those were fairly carbonated. And that was the only thing that I didn't really care for, because I don't really go too much for a lot of the highly carbonated beverages. But those were okay. I mean, a couple of them were really, really nice. One of them was a little bit strong. One was a little too sour for my taste, but some of the others were really good. And the one that we reviewed on the show was actually pretty decent. I like that. The Bananas Foster mead was not really carbonated, just slightly, but not much. It was really, really good, fairly smooth. This one is not carbonated. This one is very, very still, what they call still, as opposed to carbonated. Very nice. I like it. Still good. So, so I recommend this one. I recommend this mead. We have another thing to try here. We have another beverage to try, and I have a special thing to go with that. Now, I was trying to keep this short show, but it's probably going to be a little bit long because that's how I roll here, right? All right. So this was the other thing that we were going to review tonight, if I can find out what I did with it. If I can find out what I did with it on my photos. Yes, here it is. It's a Saki. It's not just any Saki. This is Ozeki Saki, whatever that means. Ozeki. I've never tried this before, as far as I know. Ozeki Saki, unless they've served it in a restaurant where I've had Saki, but I don't think so. I don't recall. Ozeki Saki. This is dry. It says dry, like a dry Saki. And that's what we're going to try right now. Now, the thing is about sakis that I like sakis, and I have sake quite a bit with my if I have like a Japanese meal or something, or I'm having some sort of Oriental dishes, I like to have sake with that, and that's what I have here tonight. If you look up on camera 3. I have on camera 3, I have which is probably very cold now, I have a chicken stir fry here. It's actually almost like a hibachi. And I've got that to try with it, that we can taste with it. And on the other side, I have my sake set. I have my very own sake set. Now, Ed, you were mentioning Epcot earlier. Let me see if I can pull this over here without causing too much of a fuss, because I'm having to reach across. Let me see if I can grab it. There we go. All right, so you were mentioning Epcot earlier, and funny thing about Epcot is it's this set came from Epcot years and years ago on one of my trips to Epcot. In the Japanese, because I used to like to go to the Japanese pavilion and eat there sometimes, and I've eaten at just about every pavilion at Epcot. I've eaten just about every pavilion, and every one that had a place to eat. I've been to every pavilion numerous times, but wherever there was a place to eat, I would like to go eat there. And I like to go to the Japan pavilion. The sushi there is pretty decent, and other Japanese dishes. But they had this big store where we could buy all kinds of Japanese related items from Japan. Let me get rid of that lower third here. Okay, there we go. So this is my own personal Saki set that I purchased years and years ago on one of my trips to Epcot in the Japanese pavilion. And I have another one, that other item, that item that I just showed in the photo, right next to the Saki bottle. That is another, here, I've got it over here as a matter of fact. That is something I also picked up on a different, I think it was a separate trip to Epcot in the Japanese pavilion. And it is it's a Saki cup. And that one has my name on it in Japanese, and there you go. It's right here. Can I get a shot of it right here on camera 2? There we go. That's how they wrote my name, Rick, in on the cup. So there you go. And yes, I do like sake. So let's go ahead and open this sake. It's right here, and I'm going to put it in this serving item here. So we're going to pour it in here now. The reason I'm going to put it in here, and I'm not going to pour it directly into the little sake glasses, is because no, so much for that. I guess I better drink it all. So the things about sake is, and this came from the refrigerator, the freezer, not freezer, but the refrigerated case on the shelf at where I purchased it, which was the Super G Mart, and I have the receipt right here. As a matter of fact, I can tell you what I paid for it. A little tiny bottle of it. It's not much to it. As a matter of fact, if you look at the, well, that's not it. There it is. Okay, the Ozeki sake. I didn't get a shot of the back, but it is 14.5% ABV, and this is a 180 milliliter bottle. It's produced and bottled by Ozeki Sake USA, Incorporated in Hollister, California. This is done in the USA, but I guess it is a Ozeki Sake is, I guess, Japanese owned. I'm presuming too much sometimes, so I don't know. Anyway, so the reason I'm pouring in here is because this was in the refrigerated case, because you can drink it cold. Some folks like or prefer to drink their sake cold. Some prefer to have it at room temperature. I, on the other hand, prefer mine warm. I like to drink my sake warm or kind of hot. Now, so that's what we're going to do here tonight. Is I'm going to heat up the sake. I'm going to do it by using the official Drink with Rick coffee maker. Yes. So the official Drink with Rick coffee maker, and I already have some water in here. So we're going to heat it up because this is like, I'd be overstating if I said it's like nuclear hot, but it's really, really hot. Nuclear is pretty hot. I don't get that hot. But it gets pretty darn hot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brew it in this cup, some water. And this is how you do it. Heat up sake. You can't just, and you could, you would think that, well, I could take the sake and pour it in a mug or something and then heat it up in the microwave. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to do that. That's completely the wrong way to heat sake. You don't do that. What you want to do is you want to prepare. You can prepare a pan, like a saucepan of some sort with some water in it. You can take it just below boiling. Don't boil the water so much, but take below boiling. Or you could take a hot, like in this case, what we're going to do is and this is something that I do when I'm heating up a little bit of sake for myself, is that I put it in a mug or glass, really large mug or something, and pour the hot water in there, 180 degrees to 200, below boiling. And then I will drop this in that mug for a few minutes and heat it up in here, just like that. Just kind of get it all heated, and it'll heat fairly quickly. You can just keep in there for like 4 or 5 minutes, and it'll warm it up real nice, and then you can pour it and drink the sake. But that's how I like to do my sake, and that's really the proper way to heat sake, is to have it in a container and then put it in a container that you can heat up, and then put it in a saucepan or a container of water that's really hot, and let the water warm it up. Don't try to heat it directly in any way. Don't put it in the oven, or don't put it on don't heat it directly on the stove. It's not like now. One episode we did. Oh, look, it's starting to go. One episode we did. We heated up some mulled wine, and mulled wine. We did this on the show here. We did it live, and mulled wine. We pour the wine in a saucepan, and we in a pot, and we heated it up over and get it boiling, just below boiling, but almost there, and then heat it up that way and serve it. And you don't really do that with sake. That's not really the proper way to do it. It's really the best way to do it is this method I'm going to show you. Now here's the problem. Because we're going to have some water displacement, because this thing really is full. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove some of that water from this. Let's see, I'll get back camera on here. There we go. Yeah, okay. All right, there you go. All right, let me move some of this water, because we're going to have some serious displacement here. I'm not doing it on the floor, folks. It's going into the official Drink with Rick ice bucket. Okay, that seems about right. So we're gonna put some of this in here. I think that's about right. Ooh, it's very close, very, very close. All right, let's heat it up over here for a little bit. And just let it sit over here for about 3-4 minutes, and then we can try out the sake. I think that would be the thing to do. Anyway, so I was going to tell you how much I paid for this Ozeki sake. So I purchased it at a place called Super G Mart. It's an international store, and I paid for this 180 milliliter bottle of a sake. I paid $4.99. $4.99. Now you might think, well, okay, that's a lot for that little tiny bottle of sake. And I would agree with you, it is. But concerning the fact that sake is somewhat pricey to begin with, I think that's fairly reasonable if you're not going to drink a whole lot. And here's the thing about sake: it's 14.5% ABV, and it's it's kind of potent stuff. When you drink, you usually have sake in small quantities. You don't, looking at these, okay. You usually don't glug this stuff down either. It's not like a beer, or it's not like a big glass of wine or something that you're gonna chug down or something. But sake is something that you sip. You sip and you have with your meal. So we're gonna let that heat up for just a couple more minutes. Anyway, let me get back to the chats, because I've neglected that for too long. Go back to the chat on Facebook. Ed says, Mitsukoshi Department Store, Japan Pavilion. That's right, Ed. Absolutely. I couldn't remember the name of it, but yeah, that. Thanks for reminding me. I appreciate that. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's called the Mitsu. That's where they sell in the store in the Japan Pavilion is called the Mitsukoshi Department Store, and they have a really nice restaurant there, and I think it's still there. Is it still there, Ed? Because it's I hope so. I'd like to go back and visit again one day. The restaurant was actually pretty decent, and they had as I recall, they had a decent sushi bar there as well. It wasn't a big little restaurant thing. It was more like almost a carry out thing when you kind of go up there at the window and order whatever it is you were going to order, and it was kind of outdoors. It was like you cross the Japanese gardens, because they had a really nice Japanese garden there, and you'd go over that. I think cross over the bridge, and they had the pond with the koi in it, and that sort of thing. And you'd go up there, and then it was like a serving window, and then you'd order whatever you want to order. And actually, I think they actually had a sit down area there too, didn't they? Yeah, it was set up like a fast food kind of thing, but they had a place indoors where you could sit as well. If my memory serves me correctly. I may be confusing that with another one there, but it seems like you could go inside. It was kind of more like they serve a fast food style, but there were places inside where you could sit indoors. But it was kind of a quaint little place. It was kind of neat. So let's see. Island Hayes says, let's see. Never had sake or soju. Couldn't find either at my local liquor store. Here's the thing, Island Hayes. With liquor stores, sake, a lot of liquor stores will carry sake. The ABCs don't. I know I've tried that before too. But a lot of liquor stores should carry some kind of sake. A lot of the more stock ones, more decent ones. Otherwise, you can find sake. You can find sake at some supermarkets. Some supermarkets will have. What camera? I'm on this camera. Some supermarkets will have sake. A lot of them around here, I think, will have one or two brands of sake. And the international stores, generally, if you can find an Oriental store somewhere, they'll usually stock quite a bit of sake. Let me switch cameras here. There we go. And you can usually find, I'm not sure exactly what area you're in, Island Hayes there, but it's they should be able to have one or two, most places, and like I said, the ABC stores, straight up liquor stores, the corner liquor store where it's like you pick up a fifth of scotch or vodka or something like that, or a pint of whatever it is that you want to drink. That's tequila or whatever. They probably won't. They probably won't have it. They might, but a lot of those that I've been in there don't have that. You kind of go find them in the supermarkets and things like that. But you should be able to find one in a couple of the larger supermarkets that have a decent wine and beer selection. Jacon says, "What do you call a beer?" I messed that up, didn't I? Jacon says, "What do you call a bee that works for the government?" A politician. A politician. I got some. That's what I said. Yeah. I'm just pressing all the wrong buttons here. It's. I could say it's the Mead talking, but not really. It's mostly just me being bad at pressing buttons. I think that's basically what it is, trying to do things on the fly. So, yeah. Yep.
Oh, you're kidding.
Yep. I'm not kidding. Okay, so I think this is about ready to go. So let's go ahead and I think it's warmed up now. It should be. We've had a couple of minutes. There we go. Yeah, it's nice and warm there. So I'm going to try a little bit of the sake right here and pour a little bit into the, it's just drip. That's water. And just pour a little bit in there. We're going to try a little bit of this Ozeki sake. Smells like, and by the way, for those who don't know what sake is, it is a rice wine. And they will often, sometimes they'll flavor it, sometimes a straight right. Okay, I know. I can hear my sister in my head.
No.
I can hear I can hear my sister in my head going, it is not wine. It is not wine. It's a fermented beverage. Yes, I know. But there are a lot of people that call it rice wine. Whether or not you'll find some sakis that are labeled rice wine, even though technically it isn't wine, because wine is considered a grape fermented beverage, a fermented beverage made from grapes specifically. But you have peach wine, and you have elderberry wine. You have all these other wines that are labeled wines, but they are not grapes. They're other fruits. The same thing with sake. Sake is a rice fermented, a beverage fermented from rice, and they will often flavor it with other flavors. Not always, but lots of times they will. Sometimes even things like orange blossom and peach and things like that. I'm not supposed to be putting this down because we're going to have the sake. So just to clarify that a little bit, is that it's a fermented beverage made from rice. So that's what sake is. Okay, so now we got that cleared up. Let's go to tasting it. And wow, it is a very nice sake, as a matter of fact. It has some interesting flavor to it. It doesn't taste like a straight up rice sake. It tastes like there are some other flavors in it. I want to say it tastes a little bit, a little bit of a fruit in there, but I can't really pick out what it is right offhand. It's good stuff, though. It's pretty decent sake. Now, here's what we're going to do. Is we want to try it. Let me put this thing down here somewhere. All right, we're going to try it with this, because what I have here is where is it? No, it's not here. It's in camera 3. What I have here is some stir fry. Now, it's very, very cold stir fry because it's been sitting there for about 2 hours. About 2 hours now, but it is stir fry nonetheless. And let me see. I've got some chopsticks. If we're going to do this, we got to do it all. It's either all or nothing. We got to go all the way with this, right? So I have in here some rice. With veggies in it. It has some carrot, and it has some egg, and it has some rice, and oh, what's this? It's like a little corn, those little mini corns in there. I like those things. Pretty good. And some chicken, stir-fried chicken, which is still, it's cold, but it's still okay. Not bad. Yeah, it was cold. It was good. I had a little bit for dinner, and like everything else, it's leftovers. It was good, especially when it was hot. No, it's not quite so hot. But it's still a little bit chewier. It's still good. Now, my mom always told me to always chew your meat up 30 times. I don't think I can do that tonight.
Oh, you naughty boy!
And that's probably what she did. She gave me tell me I'm bad for not chewing my meat up 30 times. But I think she was talking about other meats, red meats, not chicken. Oh yeah, it goes good with the stir fry. I got to try it with some of the What else we got in here? Oh, we got some other stuff in here. What is this? Oh, that looks like water chestnut. Wow, we got some water chestnut in here. All kinds of good stuff. All right, let me see if I can get a little bit of all of that in here. I don't know if I can, because some of it's kind of clumping up, and because it's cold. Let me see if I can get a little bit of all of this on here. I can't get the carrot. It's just some of the stuff is just kind of clumping up big time. Let's see. I'm just gonna play with my food for a while. Just get a little bit of it on here. Get some of the rice and the. I don't know if I can get the rice on there, because the rice is kind of like getting a little. It is. It's getting a little weird here. Got a little rice on that. Okay. Not bad. Okay. I like it. It goes pretty good with the Saki. I should have some more of this. Let's try it with a peanut. That could be interesting. Since I'm eating, why not? Not bad. I'll pour a little more Saki. Peanuts are good. I don't know about peanuts and Saki. I don't think I've ever tried that before. Oh, that was an interesting taste. That was interesting. I don't think I'll try that again anytime soon. Okay, well, anyway, the Saki's good. Pairs very well with the stir fry and the chicken. Yeah, I like it overall. So I'll give this a thumbs up. I'll give this one some applause. Very good. I like that. Yeah, here's my reaction.
Yeah, that was really cool.
Yeah, I like it a lot. Okay, so we'll go with that. And I'll give you my final reviews here in just a few minutes. Let me check. Ed again here. Ed says camp. I missed something here. Ed says it's bigger upstairs now. So we're talking about the Japanese restaurant there, and at Epcot. And Ed says it's bigger upstairs now. They used to have teppanyaki tables and a tempura kiko upstairs. Now it's all one big restaurant. Outside is still smaller, I think. Yeah, they did have a bigger restaurant. It was kind of like, I think it was, there used to be another place upstairs. It's been a long time since I've been there, so it's kind of hard to remember some of that. But he said campai. And it says the laughing phrase, Saki to me. Ed's on a roll there with the dad jokes, and unfortunately I'm kind of butchering them the way I'm reading them back, so I apologize for that. Ion Hayes says cold food, hot beverage. That's the perfect combo. Yeah, definitely cold food, hot beverage, perfect combo. Yeah, there's something to be said for that. Not bad. And let's see what else we got here. Okay, so we're caught up. Okay, so there was something else I was going to mention before we close up tonight. All right, so we gave away some books. So everybody in the chat right now is getting a book. So once again, just leave me your email or send me an email with your shipping address at recordsoleilmedia.com. Also, I would like to, if I can, if somebody doesn't have any of those other books in the list, Jacon, I think you got the collection, right? I know Ed does. Anyone else, Ion Hayes, if you don't have the other books in the collection, let me know which books are missing that you don't have, and I will send those over as well. Would that be cool? There's one more additional thing, because I'm in a giving mood tonight, because this is the 250th episode, and I want to celebrate that. But there's also something else, a big announcement I have here about the show, and I think you should know about this. But before I do that, I want to give away a copy of anybody here in the chats right now that does not have a copy of, because you have, for those who are missing some of the other books in the series, you can have the entire collection. Let me know, and I will send those out as well. In addition to that, there is one other thing that I want to give out for those who would like to have it. If you do not have a copy, I know Ed has one, but if you do not have a copy of Space Apes from Ice Planet Alpha, the movie that I made, and we've shown it on the show in the past, and we had a movie night, as a matter of fact, on this, and we've shown segments, of course. If you do not have a copy of this on DVD, if you don't have a DVD, go get a DVD player so you can watch it. But if you, a lot of people still have DVDs, and we talked about that a few weeks ago. But if you don't have a copy, let me know, and I can send a copy of Space Apes from Ice Planet Alpha, a free copy to you with the books as well. So for those in the chats right now, let me know if you don't have a copy of Space Apes or missing any of the books on the list. Let me know, and I can ship that also, because I'd like for you to have a copy of all those. So there you go. Ed says, "Kampai is a Japanese toast. It means to the bottom, or bottoms up, or all the way." Oh, okay. My brother lives in Japan, but I never really spoke Japanese myself. So I really didn't know that. So that's good. Thanks for that.
I like it. Yeah, really.
I'm gonna have a little more Saki here, because I have to prepare myself for this next announcement here. Okay, so for all those, I know we're going along tonight. I didn't think we would, but we do every week. So this being the 250th episode, and we're celebrating that. So here's to the 250th episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream, by the way. To all of us, because we're all part of the show, and it's because of you, not just me, it's because of you, the show has gone to 250 episodes. Let me explain something here. Tonight is the last season of season 6. Now, originally, I was going to carry the season over to the end of the year, or to the beginning of January, but, and there are a couple of reasons why we're not doing that, but season 6, we're cutting season 6 a little bit short for two primary reasons. And there will be a season 7. It will be also kind of a short season. I mean, that's the plan anyway, to do a season 7. But it will be the final season of Drink with Rick. And the reason for this is originally when I started doing this, I started doing the show. It was kind of an impromptu thing. I just started doing it, and then I told everybody from the very beginning that, well, I was going to do it, and while it was still, while it was fun to do, and while I could afford to do it, and while I could do it, and everything like that, and as long as I could do it, we keep doing it. And that was the promise I made, and that's the promise that I've done my best to keep. As time's gone on, and originally I had planned a 7-year, 350 episode run for Drink with Rick. And because I figured that was what I could probably do. And if it could go farther than that, sure, well, could take it farther, but I said at the very least, 350 episodes. As time went on, the first 4 years I was doing 50 episodes a year, and that got to be a bit much for me physically and also financially, because this is the most expensive. I've been podcasting for 18 years now, and I've done a lot of different podcasts, and I'll have to say, of all the podcasts I've ever done, this is by far the most expensive one that I've ever done. I mean, and this is basically a live stream video podcast, but it's also an audio podcast too. And so this is the most expensive show that I've ever produced, that I've ever done, and a bit much for the budget. And I've never made a dime on this so far. And that wasn't really my intention going into it, because I was doing it for fun. And I still am doing it for fun. And it has been fun, and it still is fun. It's just for two primary reasons. One, it's gotten to the point where I can't really afford to do it. I couldn't do 50 episodes physically a year anymore. I just physically couldn't do it. It really does. Doing 50 episodes a year is kind of taxing physically, and a little bit mentally too, but mostly physically. And it is very time consuming doing this show. It's not like I just turn on the stream and start streaming and here I am. There is a lot of show prep, believe it or not. There's a lot of prep that goes into doing all these shows, and there's a lot of costs involved. And because I do multi-stream it, I multi-stream it to 6 different platforms right now, and I have to buy the wine for one thing, and all the beverages, and then I have to all the pre-production prep that I do for all of that, and to bring it all together. And then there's a lot of post-production involved when I'm done with this show. When I turn this off, when I end the stream, my night doesn't end there. I'm up sometimes till 3 or 4 in the morning, doing things like editing the show for the podcast version, and getting that up, and doing all kinds of other post stuff. So it's a lot of work. So and I actually work on this a little bit through the week as I can. So there's a lot involved. So when so I got to the point where I couldn't do 50 shows a year. It just couldn't do it anymore. So I dropped it down, and originally I was going to drop it down to 300 shows for the series, and before I could say, well, maybe that's done. But since then, over the last couple of months, I've had to sort of reevaluate that, and also some health things that have come up that I've got to really deal with. And I'm thinking, okay, I can't really afford to do the show, because it's kind of taxing my health, in a more serious way, and it's also it financially isn't viable for me to do it anymore. Can't afford to do the show too much anymore. So for those two reasons, then I'm going to have to end the series at some point here. But this is going to end season 6, and then we're going to do a shorter season 7, and it'll be a limited number of shows, but we're going to do it, and I'm going to try and make it the best. We're going to try to make this the best show, the best season ever, with all the stuff. I've got some stuff I've got in the wings here, in the works, that I want to incorporate into the show. But one of the original reason that I was doing the show, and that's why I wasn't worried about not monetizing it, it wasn't really my goal to monetize it at this time, is because this was really more about learning to stream, and to really getting that down, and honing my skills with streaming and things like that. And that's what the ultimate goal was to me to refine skills in doing this. And I think that I've pretty much taken this. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about wine. I've learned a lot about streaming. I've learned a lot about a lot of different things. But and it's been very, very educational. Been an expensive education, I'll say that, but it's been very educational. And I'm not complaining about it at all, because it's been great. It's been fun. I've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it immensely, and I hope you have enjoyed it as well, along with me. And then this is not the last you'll see of me online by any means. I mean, there are other things that I like to do, but as it is, I think I've taken the stream, I've taken the Winestream about as far as I can. I've pretty much everything that I set out to do, that I had goal-wise for the live stream, I pretty much accomplished. I've pretty much been able to make that happen, and so I'm taking about as far as really I can go with it for this particular stream. So that's why, and I'm telling you all this because you're part of the show as always, and I don't want to leave anybody in the lurch for any of this. And once again, this won't be the last thing I do. As a matter of fact, I have a couple of other projects, streaming-related projects, that I think you might enjoy more than this. And those are things that I kind of like to develop and try to make happen, because I'm kind of excited about a couple of them, and I would really like to make them happen. It's just that when I'm doing the Winestream, it's kind of all my energy's kind of focused on this, and I can't really do those other projects. And I think you might, at least one or two of those things that I have in mind, I think you might really like even more than watching me sit here and drink wine and eat stir fry. And so I think you'll enjoy that a lot more. So that's where we are there. Now, one other thing too is Kick. Let's talk about Kick for just a moment. I've never been really happy with the Kick platform per se. It's not something that Kick is a different kind of platform, and I know it's kind of a Twitch alternative, but as far as it's the old adage that you're judged by the company you keep. And I've spent a little bit of time over the last couple of weeks going over the Kick platform, just kind of looking at other things that are there and other streamers and what's going on that Kick platform. And I have to say, it's not my cup of tea. It's not something that I really want to be associated with, because there's a lot of stuff on there. I mean, granted, there's stuff on Twitch and on all these platforms that can be called into, maybe not the most wholesome thing, but at least in places like Twitch and whatever, at least you gotta have to look for some of that. It's not all in your face all the time. Kick, they've got nothing to hide there. It's all, and of course, Kick is basically, it's owned by a company, basically a gambling platform and stuff. So there's a lot of stuff there that just doesn't lend itself to a really family-friendly and more wholesome atmosphere. Something that's that I really would like for this show to be associated with. Let me put it this way: I wouldn't put my kids, in front of the TV watching Kick. It's just not. I wouldn't expose my kids to it, and they're all grown up. So, you know what I mean? So, for that reason, this is the last episode of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Winestream that's going to be streamed on Kick. We're leaving Kick as of tonight. This is the last one. And especially after last week on the last week on the show, that was, I was already there as far as leaving Kick, but after that raid last week, and I had folks going in there and not behaving very well in the chats, that was kind of the last straw. That was kind of what, I was like, okay, final nail in the coffin. That's it. We're done with Kick. So if you are following me on Kick, and there are not very many people that are, if you're watching me on Kick, and there are not very many of those that are, except maybe the bots and the spammers, and I'm sorry, but if you want to continue watching, you can watch. There are there are other venues you can watch on besides that one, because we're not going to be on that one anymore as of tonight. So just I don't want to just cut it off and go. I want to give folks some options and give everybody heads up. All right, so anyway, that's what I have tonight. That's pretty much what I've got for the show. And let me check the chats one more time. Island Hay says, I missed that. Okay. Dick Monsoon is in the chat on YouTube, and Dick Monsoon says, nice bottles. And they're I'm not sure which ones you're talking about, but I take it. You're talking about the back there. Yeah, in the back. Oh man, I just lost my audio. All right, so anyway, thanks. I would like to say I made it myself, but I didn't. I drank them myself. I drank them all myself. They were all part of the show. In the first season of Drink with Rick on Saturday Night Winestream, we reviewed every single one of those. Dick, by the way, also if you, since you're new to the chat, before we go, I'm giving out tonight, these cost $8.99 on Amazon, but I'm giving them out to everyone for free who's in the chats, the official Drink with Rick Mead tasting notebook, because we've been tasting a mead tonight, and let me give you the final review on that. So if you go to, let me pull up my, if you're still watching right now, and you can send your shipping address, a valid shipping address, to rick@savoymedia.com. That's rick@savoymedia.com. Send a valid shipping address there to me, and I will. If you're in the States, I can't ship outside the U.S. But if you're not in the U.S., I won't be able to ship outside there. But if you're in the U.S., I can ship you a copy of the Drink with Rick, the official Drink with Rick Mead tasting notebook. So, and just send your valid shipping address to me, and let me know it was you that's sending it from the chat. All right, so anyway, here's my final review of the wine. I can't hear my feedback anymore because it fell into my ear. For some reason, it broke. It did break. How about that? It just broke right off. Whatever. Well, I know I'm still getting it out there anyway. All right, so here's my final review on the mead. This is what we're drinking tonight. We were drinking two things, actually. We were drinking this Soak Up the Sun. This is a traditional orange blossom mead from the Silver Hand Meadery, and I want to say it does taste like orange blossoms with a hint of grape, as they said. Everything they said it is. And it was very good, nice and smooth. Not a little bit sweet on the tongue, but it goes down very smooth and a little on the dry side. I really enjoyed this. I have to say that after my favorite one, which was the Bananas Foster mead, this is probably my second favorite mead so far of all the meads that I've had. It's very, very good mead. Also, we were drinking the Saki, the Ozeki Saki Dry. And it is a dry sake. So it's also very good, and it went very well with the stir fry. Really enjoyed it with the stir fry. So that's and as a matter of fact, I'm going to have a little bit more of it right now. So there you go. Well, that is good. That's a nice sake, and it does have a little tinge of I don't know, like a fruit flavor to it, but I can't really pick out the fruit. Maybe a little peach or something, but it's pretty good. I like it. Anyway, so that's my final reviews on both of those. And once again, I want to thank everyone for being here with me tonight. And if you want the freebie stuff, please definitely email me after the show so I can get that all to you. I want to thank my good friend Ed for being here with me in the chat, and I appreciate your contributions as always, and helping me jog my memory on some things. I'd really appreciate it. Dick Monsoon, thank you for being here in the chat. And my lovely wife, Chi, and the Island Hayes, thank you for being here on YouTube. And everyone else who is watching, as we have folks watching on YouTube and on Twitch. All those watching on Twitch that did not get in the chats, but you missed out on the freebies, on the free stuff. But thanks for watching anyway. And you get in the chat, you still have time to do it. And also on Odyssey, Jaycon, thanks for being here. My friend, thank you for being here tonight, and I appreciate it as always. And those who are watching on all these other venues. And Rumble, I don't know what happened with Rumble. It's playing now, but I had some trouble with Rumble. It just kind of hung up on me for a while. But it's there now. Anyway, thank you for being here. I do appreciate each and every one of you. And now, of course, we have one more celebrity. Our local celebrity here. This is the official mascot of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine stream. And it is none other than Roadkill Bill. Yes, Roadkill Bill. And yeah, he gets some where is it? Do I have it? No, I'm just hitting a whole bunch of buttons. Sorry, Bill. Where is it? Okay, there we go. There's your applause, Bill. Okay. Bill gets his applause. I missed his applause a couple of times. There he is. He gets it now. Anyway, so Roadkill Bill is here, the official mascot of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine stream, and he has a very special message for all of us. And that message is, take it, Bill. Please do not drink and drive. Drink in the comfort of your home, your apartment, your hotel room, your dwelling, wherever you are. Don't drink and drive. If you have to go somewhere, if you absolutely have to go somewhere, call an Uber, call a Lyft, call a cab, call a friend, someone you trust, someone who has a valid driver's license and who has not been drinking themselves. Otherwise, just stay where you are. Just stay put. Okay? It's not worth it. Think of others as well as yourself. Life is precious. It is a gift. And it's important to value your life and to make the most of it and not waste it away. Make the most of it and cherish it for you and everyone else. Okay. Don't text and drive either, because that's also very, very dangerous. Because I want you to have a great week. But most of all, I want you to have a safe week. So you can join me here next time. It's going to be 7 weeks from now, middle of September, for the start of season 7, the final season of Drink with Rick on the Saturday Night Wine stream. And we can all get together and drink with Rick. Good night.